There were things that I think I was dishonest about.
Don't disrespect me ever the again. You
Shut up.
We're fabulous.
It doesn't have anything to do. Oh, never again. Is it a threat?
And that pisses me off that you said that.
Get my name right, Tanya.
Smack the ass.
Anissa and Theo used to hit on the same women sometimes.
You want some booty? 75% discount.
Did I actually say land the deal? My family was really proud.
What? You want to be a smart-ass bitch and come like that?
Cut it.
Welcome to Stop Being Polite, the Real World Chicago reunion. We've reassembled the 7 housemates and put them back in the ring to let them duke it out for one last time. Please welcome, from the Real World Chicago, Kara, Kyle, Anissa, Theo, Carrie, Chris, and Tanya. Put your hands together, guys. Sure. Plus, we got the studio audience here to help us out. Real rabid Real World fans. Guys, thanks so much for being here. First off, how the hell are you guys?
Quite good.
Good.
Quite good.
Is this the first time that all 7 of you guys been together, and how long? Since the show ended, or
Since January.
Wow.
January was the last time we all saw each other.
Kyle, what have you been up to, man?
I actually live in LA now. I'm kind of pursuing my dream. I'm acting. I was going to do it after college, and then I got on the show, and now I'm just going for it.
So you hit the acting bug, and you've been offered a job on Passions, a soap opera. Is that correct?
Yeah, that happened a few months ago, and I said no to it. I turned it down just because I really want to have a long career, and I've done a lot of theater and stuff like that. So going from theater to Passions, it really isn't Shakespeare.
Carrie, what's going on with you now?
I'm getting ready to move to San Francisco with the love of my life. I've been really good friends.
No, me.
And
Who's this guy?
he and I have been really good friends for a few years, and a few months ago, I guess Cupid kind of kicked us in our ass. We've been hanging out ever since, and
So
it's wonderful.
I hear you're pre-engaged. Is that correct?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's really, really cool. Chris, man, I see you all over the place. What's going on with you?
I've been modeling. I've been living in New York, doing appearances, taking acting classes, and just moving.
And you've been sober.
And I've been sober throughout. If I can stay sober through the real world, I think I'm doing pretty good. I'm 16. I'm 16 months.
I know I get drunk every Tuesday night, that's for sure.
Congratulations, man. Theo, what have you been up to, bro?
Just recently, my brothers and I, we just started our own company. That's my church, Royal Family Entertainment. We are
We'll stand up and show it off real quick, man.
Respect the crown.
Yeah, that's our slogan. Royal Family, respect the crown. So I got some things working in the mix, trying to keep it moving. Royal Family. Plug, plug.
Anissa, what have you been up to?
I'm a cocktail waitress. Just trying to make money, save it, pay for school, and just live my life. Things are going well, and me and my mom love each other, and we're fabulous. We're wonderful. We get along. We don't fight. So things are really good at home.
Cool. Kara, are you still singing?
Oh, I actually also moved to LA, but I'm having not quite as much success as Kyle. Singing a little bit, trying to act.
Let's review the facts.
So yeah, I live in LA, and I'm in St. Louis this summer for a little bit and living with my parents, which is really nice.
Tanya, what are you up to? You still have that boyfriend?
Justin and I are actually not together, believe it or not.
What happened?
Really, really neat things happen, and I've taken a step back and realized that, there's a lot I want to change about me, and I'm not changing it with Justin. I got to a point in my life where I realized I couldn't love Justin the way I wanted to love him if I didn't really love myself. And watching the show, I realized that there's a lot I want to change.
All right, what we all need to know is who really got along with whom? Who was the most trouble in the house, and what was the most humiliating moments? What the hell were they?
Are any of you psycho? Are you psycho? No. I'm still not psycho.
No, me either.
Okay, good.
Stand right here and talk.
You were asleep. They told me.
When
were you gonna tell me?
You can't do nothing to shut the hell up.
I can say whatever the I want about you. Don't say the same to your face.
Okay, then don't do that, Kyle. You want to be a smart-ass bitch and come like that?
Oh my God.
Okay, dude. Let's do that, dude. Let's do that.
Stop.
Call me bitch. That's nice.
Anissa bugs the hell out of me.
She's rude and crude.
Am I supposed to wipe my vagina with this much? Can I have some toilet paper?
Maybe I shouldn't have used the word slow. All I mean is you're a little bit slow to do everything. You were slow to take the dishes out. You were slow to visit Tanya. Cut it.
I'll tell you, I think sometimes you bullshit about your sickness, go to work, suck it up, and do what you gotta do. Go ahead and cry so everyone can feel sorry for you like we did before to make me look like a mean
Someone
crying
make
guy.
him stop.
Go ahead and do that.
Stop.
That's fine.
Theo, please stop.
That's fine.
Theo, please stop.
I've been in the hospital.
Okay.
You're so out of line. I don't need this. I don't need these people, and I sure the hell do not need to live with a black guy that's going to call me a bitch every time he feels necessary.
No, we're going back to Wawa.
I'm going back.
All right, let's go right into
We are
Tanya.
so mature.
Do you think you were portrayed accurately?
Unfortunately, probably.
Anissa and Tanya. When you watch that whole thing, are you guys friends now?
Towards the end, yes, we were closer, but when I watched that, I'm like, oh wow, she said all that, you know. But I think, from my point of view, that I told her how I felt from the door. Like there were really no secrets about my feelings for her and her feelings for me.
Theo and Anissa, in the beginning.
We fought. I could not stand him. I said I do not want to talk to him ever again, like after our fights. But we overcame that. We realized we were so similar and that we were living together. There was no discussion afterwards. We made up within 5 seconds of fighting. I'd be like, I hate you. I love you so much, brother. You know what I mean?
So the real fans are you guys out there and you guys right here. You have questions for the group here? Go ahead.
Hey, my question's for Theo.
What's your name?
Megan.
All right, what's up, Megan?
Hey, how
What's
you
the
doing?
question? Good.
Throughout the entire season, you seem to stay pretty quiet and keep your cool whenever there were problems or conflicts. Were there any times where you really struggled with kind of keeping your mouth shut and just going with the flow?
I stay out of people's business until they invite me into it. Case in point, Chris's gay theme. Chris wanted to talk about it, I talk about it.
I like the way you say
I
it.
feel with gay.
Gay thing comes
Yeah.
and goes.
But just, you know, if somebody wants to talk to me, I'll let them address me. I'm not going to pry. When I first arrived, I never said I hate gay people. Words never came out of my mouth.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't mind lesbians. That's sexy as hell, but when dudes,
My thing
dudes
is
is disgusting.
I don't agree with it. Simple as that. Now, do I still got love for Anissa and Chris the same way? Of course. The Colin Carey situation. I didn't get in. It wasn't my business. And everybody's like, did they hook up? And I'm like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That was their life. If they wanted me in it, I'd jump in. But I didn't get, into people. I didn't nitpick at people's relationships, and unless they wanted to sit down and talk about it. That's just me. I'm not going to jump into a
Well,
conversation.
you mentioned Kyle and Carey, and that's what I want to get into. We're going to take
I'm
a
sorry.
quick
I'm so
break.
sorry.
We're off with the bang. But there's
into.
way more to come. You need to know about the hookups, am I right, guys? And you want to see some of the footage that never made it onto the show. Stay put because it's coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere.
If I were having as much sex as they make it look like I was having, I would be much happier woman right now.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Real World Chicago reunion. By now, you know when you 6-7 healthy young adults in an enclosed space for a long period of time, a few things are going to happen. You guys already know about the drama and the infighting. What I'm talking about is the getting naked and hooking up. And the Chicago cast did not disappoint. Check this out.
The whole night I was just sort of drooling over the lead singer.
I kissed him and I slipped off his sweat.
This is the first time Kara's ever gotten to be single. She's going all out. She's doing it up. Get you some.
Right before George and I are about to land the deal, I sort of said to him, so this is it, we'll never see each other again? And he quickly responded with a, pretty much.
I do like Veronica. She's just cool, but it's hard to be with someone dealing with a breakup.
You're crazy, bitch. You need to take your ass out of my house.
Okay. That's her house keys, and that's it. We're going home to make love.
You want the drama. Veronica wants to feel like the center of attention.
Please.
Well, feel the center of this, bitch.
I don't know what Danielle has that makes me want to be with her or want to stay. Danielle's kind of showed me that even with the prettiest face, the nicest body, you can be the ugliest person at times.
I'm a virgin to Chicago.
Virgin to Chicago.
Yeah, but by the time I leave, I want to be a veteran.
The more I talk to Kurt and communicate to him that I am at a place that I need to take things slowly, I think when he hears that, he pursues me more. I'm not sure if I can commit to, any future plans.
I don't know where to begin, so, Kara.
Yeah.
Does it make you feel...
Like dirty?
Yeah.
It's just really, it's frustrating because the way it's all, the way it all is put together, it's like, oh, God.
You don't want to come across like a slut.
Well, obviously not. And it's more like, thanks for saying it that way. But
no, I mean, I just...
No, it confuses me because I know there's nothing wrong with being a 22-year-old, now 23-year-old single woman and being sexual. That's great. I see nothing wrong with that. It's just sometimes, obviously it's got this stigma. And did I actually say land the deal? Good God.
You
What was I
that.
thinking?
Most of her dating and most of what took place in the bedroom, and I would know since I was there, was fairly innocent.
If I were having as much sex as they make it look like I was having, I would be much happier woman right now.
Anissa.
Oh, there's peace now. I do forgive. I don't forget. Veronica's ex called me and was like, "How are you? You can come stay with me in Chicago." It was very awkward, but it was nice to have closure.
Were you dating two girls at once? Was that portrayed?
Oh, with LaTanya?
Yeah. LaTanya.
It was more like LaTanya
her.
was like my comfort and my peace and a sweetheart, and Danielle was like the bitch that I wanted and the challenge that I needed to keep me interested. I always wanted to be with Danielle. I didn't want to be with LaTanya. No, she was my friend.
Chris, what happened with Kurt?
Kurt's a great guy. At that point in my life, I wasn't available too much to be finding a partner or a boyfriend.
Are you single now? Or are you?
I am single now. I'm hopefully finding someone that's right.
Good for you, man. Theo.
I did my dirt outside. I didn't bring it in.
I thought you were like choir boy, just like after the hot tub incident, you were just chilling, reading books.
Choir boy.
Never in my choir boy, but it was just more so, I love women too much, and I'm not going to disrespect any woman on camera like that,
Perhaps the most notorious hookup actually took place within the confines of the apartment.
Yowza! Subconsciously, Kyle and I probably have feelings for each other, or we do.
I like Carrie. I like her a lot. It's not as if Nicole and I had some separation months ago, and now I'm ready to jump into something else. Because of that, I pushed her away, and I pushed her away suddenly.
He was the first one that crossed the line again.
And he's playing games. Every time I've gone out with you and I've gotten home, he sits right next to me, and when we go to bed, he comes into my bed and makes out with me.
I think Kyle's very attracted to Kara, and I think that Kara's very attracted to Kyle.
She explains to me that she doesn't know why I'm not attracted to her or not trying to be with her, and that it kind of hurts her because she thinks that we would be very good together.
I think it's an unwritten rule between girlfriends. You don't date your friend's ex-boyfriend. Thanks, Kyle,
For what?
for being a
Carrie needs a partner. She needs someone to go with her and hold her hand.
You are amazing.
How
you are
so?
the biggest I have ever met. How so?
I find that hard to believe, first of all. I'm the biggest I've ever met.
You're one of them.
I doubt that.
That's because you're perfect. You and your little political career that you're planning while you're here.
What? Never touch that topic again.
Ooh, Kyle's heated.
Never touch it again.
Everybody
ever.
look out. Kyle's in a bad mood.
Way to conduct an argument. Good. Walk away and making jokes.
I'm going to work. I'm doing something responsible instead of just staying home
Don't
and
ever talk
bitching
about
and
that again,
playing
ever.
around and fixing your hair and playing with your balls like you do all day long.
Wow. Kyle.
Brian.
Man, it seemed like you kind of played her a little bit, and you used Nicole as an excuse not to get close to her. What was going on?
I tried to be upfront with Carrie and say that Nicole was my priority, but I think I should have been a little clearer on that, and I should have stuck to my guns a little bit more. But it was hard because I was tempted because I was attracted to Carrie.
You know what? You and I maybe had the title of dating. Maybe. We were friends. We made out when we wanted to, and I think that everybody has the right to do that.
You never felt played once at all. Not one time.
The one time that I did, I told him about it when we talked about it, and you saw it on TV.
But towards the end of the season,
towards the end of the season, it was like,
you hated each other. And so it came across like that. Like, I mean, watching Kyle going through his confessional saying, I can't stand this. She's always around, kind of following
We
me.
couldn't stand. I mean, there was a lot of tension at the end. There was.
But it's not like
It was stressful on us that we were always under the microscope.
Carrie and Kara, you guys were, it seemed like it was a lot of jealousy was there.
I don't think that there was jealousy. We went out and we had a great time all the time. The only thing that ever really pissed me off is when, you know, people would talk behind my back, and the majority of the people who did were Kyle and Kara.
But when you, really?
Really? How so?
From watching the show, from me sitting there in the confessional with you guys and Kyle going like this and making faces behind my back. I don't think that I would have been offended if you would have asked him to go, and that pisses me off that you said that.
To go where?
When you said that on the episode about if you asked him to go to dinner with you, that I would be offended.
I think she would think it would be some kind of betrayal if I were to say, Kyle, let's just go out to dinner alone tonight. It'd be a betrayal to her.
ridiculous.
I know it's ridiculous.
And I want to do that.
And it's gone too far then. You need to do
hell?
something.
Carrie, every time we were together, I'd be like, Carrie, come sleep with me, come
But
hang
that's
out. And
because
you're like,
they were all doing their own thing, and I didn't know anybody in Chicago, and then it left
I
like the
invited
three
you
of
out
us
every
to hang
time
out.
I was going out.
And
you
I
know that.
came.
Right.
And
So I don't get
came.
it.
And there's things that I watch now on the episodes that you never said to my face, and that I'm watching and saying, what? I never heard that. You told the other roommates that. Everything that I ever felt, I told you. I think what it just broke down to is that there were two very similar personalities and one very different personality. And I'm not saying anything against either, but I like where I am.
Try sleeping in between them. I lived in the bedroom. You know what I mean? And I saw what happened.
But
and,
Chris was so bewildered sometimes. You just
I was
kind of
just
like,
like,
what's going on, Kyle? Like, what is going on with you?
So
and Carrie?
concerned, huh?
I was concerned.
Good
I mean,
enough.
because it was like, you know, it was really difficult to be in the house at times when things were heated between the both of you.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we return, the secrets and lies of the Chicago 7. Plus, we're going to show you stuff you never saw. More coming up after this.
Becoming Chris.
In all fairness, I mean, I called her huge saline and tan.
I agree.
What's up, guys? Brian McFadden here. We're back smack dab in the middle of Stop Being Polite, the Real World Chicago reunion. Now, when you put 7 people in a house and surround them with, let's say, 1,500 cameras, you think everyone would realize that they cannot get away with anything, am I right? Well, not really. What were you guys really thinking? Let's go ahead and take a look at what we like to call the secrets and deceptions.
Kidney stones and not on the trip Justin's coming, I can't show it, I can't show.
I think Kyle knows I'm not attracted to him at all. He's like a dumb football player.
I'm looking forward to knowing Chris, but I think he might be holding back on us.
It's tough to come out up front within the first 2 hours of meeting one another.
If he's gay, he doesn't know it. You know? If he's gay, he's not. I think he's gay.
I think he's gay, and I think he knows it. This thing is developing where she, like, the second I go anywhere, she's like, where are you going, where are you going? And, like, it's bad. It's come to the point now where I'm getting a little tired of her, and she's just, like, on me. I think she's, like, in love with me.
I don't like being by myself. I don't like being here by myself.
Are you staying there by yourself?
Yeah, I have to.
Lying for me stems way back to even my childhood. I learned to be very good at making people hear what I thought they wanted to hear.
I've just like been caught up in what Anissa has been saying, and I haven't like taken a
About
stand.
me being sick?
Just about everything.
You make it sound like people are always talking behind my back.
No.
She has enough urinary tract infections that last her lifetime.
They're actually just lined up in her body. One gets cured, another comes out.
I think Kara's very screwed up. She's left with like 8, 9, 10 people since we've been here. And she takes antidepressants and drinks like a lush.
Her breasts, have you seen them recently? They're huge, saline, and tan.
Most girls would like die to look like this.
Very pretty boy. Kara's the stuck-up, spoiled little bitch. She's like, I've never lived without a maid, and I'm not gonna live without a maid here.
She annoys me, and there are just certain things I don't like about Tanya, and I don't understand. Thank you, that's all I have to say.
Anissa, y'all tell her she's a spoiled, self-centered little bitch.
Every woman that I live with is very jealous of me.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Oh, man. It seemed like there was so much trash talking with everyone. How do you feel when you get caught talking about somebody?
Prior to coming here, I've spoke with everyone personally that I feel like I really hurt, you know. And when I say that I'm changing a lot about myself, it takes watching clips like that and going, God, you are not a very nice person sometimes. And, you know, I don't like that side of me.
So what did you guys think when you watched her say, you know, she said this and she said that? When you were watching it, were you just like,
I was really, really hurt. I was really hurt. I mean, you know, Tanya knows that Tanya and I actually shared a room. So, you know, she was the one who knew, like in the privacy, you know, when the microphones were off and the lights were out and we were falling asleep, you know, the truth about, you know, how many people I'd hooked up with and, you know, what I'd done with them, and to hear that I'm all messed up in the head and I have a raging eating disorder and I slept with 8, 9, 10 guys. I mean, it was so fabricated. And it was hard for me to hear. It was really hard for me to hear and to think. And at the same time, though, like, in all fairness, I mean, I called her huge saline and tan, you know, like it's
You've all
not the
got
nicest.
caught. It's all on tape.
We all got caught, and she called me and apologized, and you kind of get over it.
When Chris, when you guys were in the van making fun of Tanya, and you felt bad for it, you came back and you apologized to Tanya. Did you feel like you were kind of ratting out the rest of the group, or?
It wasn't just that instance. I made an amends to Tanya because I wanted to, you know, I'm not that type of person. I think, you know, I had to correct what I was doing and make an amends and go on with it. And it wasn't about what everyone else was doing. It was about what I was doing and what I wasn't comfortable with.
You say you made amends, Chris, and I know I've never been mad at you. I've never been upset with you, but I was upset with you that time because you were like, I'm trying to make amends with you, Tanya, that I'm upset about what Anissa's saying. You weren't making amends for yourself.
I had no idea the things you guys were saying.
What I actually said, if you listen to it, was what you were saying to all of the roommates about Tanya at the time. Okay, and then she said, well, who else is talking about me? That's what Tanya said to me, and I said, it's not about them, it's about me. And that's when I could have taken everyone down, and I didn't. I just took myself. And
It's also,
she knew what I was saying.
Guys, I think it's fair to say here, it's very unnatural. The whole thing about talking behind someone's back, or even not even negatively talking about, you know, someone behind their back, but just discussing each other is very natural, and it's very unnatural that you end up seeing that on television a year later.
It's a little bit harder when you get it from all 6 of you at once.
It does hurt. It really is painful to watch.
There were people defending you, Tanya. If you watch those episodes, there are people.
Well, no, I'm just saying that I do have a hard time, you know, hearing it as a whole from my roommates.
The last episode, Kara was performing, and Chris and Tanya opted not to go to the show. They'd rather work out.
Hey, Kara, it's Chris. Tanya and I are both going to the gym. We're going to try to make it to the grind. If not, we will see you after the show. Good luck tonight in tonight's performance.
And you hurt Kara.
I really felt bad.
I think we were all frustrated
I was
because
going through that. Wait,
I'm sorry, Chris, you were
Can
talking
I just
about
finish this? Because in seeing that, yeah, I mean, that's my behavior there. That's physical evidence. I went to the gym, and, you know, before I got in the car, I knew that I wouldn't have enough time, and it does hurt, and I feel like I did hurt Kara, and, I mean,
It's
I've
so much
apologized, and it's
so much
over.
less about me, you guys, and my performance. Y'all have heard me sing before. It's fine.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's much more about, it was our last night together. And you guys, I have to say, excluded yourselves a lot, especially with working
Right.
out. Especially with working out.
Watching your behavior on camera has got to be the hardest thing to watch. What was going through your minds?
It's embarrassing sometimes.
Because you know you can't take it back. Like in any other, in the real world, like the ones that we live in now, without cameras, you know, like, you can't take, like, what you
Can't take it
say,
Yeah.
You can only
what you say
learn from your
is what you
mistakes.
say. And you can't take back what you did. You can only learn from it.
It's hard to watch the show and be accountable for the bad things that you did. The difficult things that you did or the unattractive things you did. A lot of us and a lot of people who have been on the show, their immediate reaction is to blame it on production and editing. It's tough. It's difficult to look at something you did and be like, yeah, I did that. I was an idiot. Which I think is why what Tanya's attitude right now is admirable, because she did some things that were unattractive, and she's saying, yes, they were unattractive. It wasn't editing. It wasn't the show. It was what I did, and it was unattractive. And that's hard to do.
Who's got a question? Hey, how you doing?
How are you?
Good.
This is to everybody. I just wanted to know, after the ride in the van, did you guys still feel bad after hearing what Tanya had to say to Justin on the phone?
I must admit, it does help. It does help you to feel better. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
It does help you to feel better. It makes you feel like, oh, well, I talked all this crap about somebody, they're doing the same crap, and I felt bad. I apologized, and I tell Tanya now, like, I don't care. I deserved whatever you said about me, because I know how I was.
You didn't, though. That's the thing.
No, but I am spoiled, and I am quite selfish at times, and we all are, and we all have faults that make us so wonderful.
Oh, you guys get up and give each other a hug. You sound like you need it. When we return, no more lies from this group, but we will find out how 7 very different people were able to put aside their differences and work side by side. Or did they? We're about to find out after this. Don't go anywhere.
When a lot of problems started happening between all of us as a group is when the 2 jobs came together.
We are back with a gang from the Real World Chicago. We all know that part of the actual real world means having to work, and the TV real world is no different. You got to get up every day and go to work. Well, imagine living with people and having to see these folks every single day in and day out. It could get hairy, to say the least. Check this out.
Report to duty, sir! As lifeguards, you have to be ready for anything, but most of the time, we just have to be...
Hey! Shoot! You guys gotta be over here, all right?
Essentially what we're going to be doing is putting on 3 smaller plays in the Daily Center at Halloween.
The mayor here wants to glorify Halloween, glorify the birth of Jesus Christ, glorify something worth being glorified about. I think it's a whack job, personally. These damn practices we having is just tiresome.
So I'm going to stop you for 1 minute. Carrie, can I get more?
More than anyone, Kara is stressing.
I'm glad you're here, but don't stay long. Some other ghosts may do you wrong.
It's less hokey.
Okay, if you want it less hokey, what do you want it?
Like a ghost.
Kara doesn't like the fact that I wrote it, and, I want to know.
I didn't love it at first, and now I do. I really like it now.
I just don't think she's being very honest with me most of the time. Whatever.
You not wanting to do it should be the reason. You've admitted it, and you just won't say it to Carrie. You've said from the beginning of Bloody Mary, you don't like it, you don't want to do it, and you don't have a backbone, so you can't admit it. So you want to make excuses about everybody else having a problem with it. We don't. You don't want to do it. Period.
That's not true, Tanya.
Honest.
There's like 10 reasons. You're such a bitch. I can't believe you just said that.
No, it's the truth. It's finally the truth. Let's talk about it. You've never wanted to do it. You talk behind Carrie's back, and you say you haven't liked it from the beginning. Period.
What is up with the whole Bloody Mary thing?
I really thought that it was a good idea and that my play at first was really good. But when it cut down to 4 minutes, it sucked. And I was fine with it being out. And
It was a good idea. The script wasn't good. I didn't feel comfortable doing it. It wasn't necessarily just up to me. Tanya talked about how she wasn't necessarily comfortable doing it.
I just loved Kara being assertive, and I wanted her to. She was the director, and that was her position, and I wanted her to do what she felt was, follow through with her job. That was it.
But the confrontation that you 2 had.
That was real.
I remember you confronting. Yeah, that was.
I thought that was funny.
That was really real.
Because I didn't like the story, and they were both bickering about my story, and I was like, just leave it out.
I chose not to talk to Carrie about it that way because I didn't want to hurt Carrie's feelings because I love her. And for you to just break it out like that, in the middle, when we're all in front of everyone to say.
Had I not been the excuse, I never would have broken it out. But I did not want to be the excuse for why this was going wrong. And that
you were going to be in surgery, and you were in the play.
And I still made it.
You
I
weren't
did make
excused, though,
it
at the time.
Carrie, do you still think that Kara cut Bloody Mary because you wrote it and not me?
No. I don't know. I don't care anymore.
Carrie, I don't want to do Bloody Mary either.
No,
we just hadn't had time to work on it and make it good.
Right.
When a lot of problems started happening between all of us as a group is when the 2 jobs came together. And we had 1 job, and it was 7 of us in the car, 7 of us in the office. That's when things really started to mix.
So it was easier when you had separate jobs.
Much easier, I think. Particularly at the beach. We never had any problems at the beach.
Our second job was like a
You just
job,
answered
too.
my question. You just answered my question. Working together and living together obviously brought you guys closer together than you normally would have. But one of the things that makes this season of The Real World stand out from the others is that you were taping while something happened that affected the entire country. It's the attacks on the U.S. on September 11th. Take a look.
Another one, another plane just hit. Oh my God, another plane has just hit. You saw a plane coming.
September 11th, 2001, they took down World Trade Center. Twin Towers are gone.
What can you do? You can only pray. And it's just hard to keep faith when something so destructive happens. And why?
The hate these terrorists have in their heart. If you are capable of taking this many lives, then God have mercy on your souls.
I'm scared for our country. Somebody took our own planes, our own people, and threw them through our buildings and blew it up.
God, create me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Oh, you guys.
My roommate Anissa's birthday today. She's being very strong right now.
I'm gonna associate this with every single birthday. It's just scary.
Years from now, when we look back, we're going to think of this experience as something that we all went through together. And in that regard, it's definitely going to bring us closer. It has brought us closer, and it feels really good.
It's like 9/11 changed all of our lives. Every single American out there. I mean, I think everyone in the entire world had changed. And it brought you guys, and you could even tell after watching that episode, it brought you guys much closer together.
I think it's almost silly to assume that it affected us any differently than it affected the rest of the country. We grieve, we were confused, we were there for each other, and we were scared. It's a horrible time for everyone. No
I think the
different for
hardest
us.
part, though, is that you really had no connection to the outside world. And then all of a sudden they bring in a TV so you guys can watch. I mean, I get emotional just thinking about it. And watching all 7 of you in this house with no connection to your families, that's got to be hard.
I was praying for those whose friends and family lived in New York. I was blessed. I knew not one person in that building. I knew not one person on that plane, but so many other people in the world, millions of people did know those people. And that day is just embedded in everybody's brain.
And it also really put into perspective our pettiness. It doesn't quite seem the same to be fighting over who's got the car or who's on the phone when, it just put it all into perspective and just...
It's kind of a bit of a slap in the face or to our patriotism that it took something like that for us to have to, for us to hang the flag when it should have been hung in the first place.
You come to terms of what's important and what really matters, and that's your friends and your family. And when they're not close to you and you're thrown into this fish tank, it's like we had to be our family, and it brought us close.
I called my mom and I'm like, I want to come home. I want to be with you. She was like, I'm sorry, it's your birthday. And I'm like, no. What are you apologizing for? I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to be healthy. I'm happy to be here, but I want to be with you. I want to be.
Did you, at any moment, feel like, any of you guys feel like you should just jump in the van, drive from city to city, seeing the family?
Yeah, I have a brother who works at the
Yes.
Capitol in D.C. I have a sister who lives in New York. I wanted to get out of there. Yeah,
we all wanted to leave. I think at that point, how, small we were. It does make the petty stuff just foolish and childish and immature, I think we learned a lot from that.
Yeah, we sure did, as a whole. We're going to take a quick break. More when we return. Don't go anywhere.
If I could get $1 for every guy that says, did you ever have sex with a gay girl? I'd be paid right now.
Both be rich.
Welcome back to the show. We are wrapping things up with your pals Anissa, Theo, Kara, Carrie, Kyle, Chris, and Tanya, better known as the Real World Gang from Chicago. Hi, guys. Well, we
Hi,
can't.
hello.
Hey, we can't end this reunion without a little peek at what went on that we didn't get to see. So check this out.
This guy just mic'd me with my ass in his face.
I'm king of the world! Oh, you saved that down there. That's good.
This is my favorite thing.
Let us in.
No.
Let us in.
The other night, her vibrator went crazy. All of a sudden, I hear, like I was just hitting gears or something.
Oh my God, that's it. Nice.
Let me
you kidding me?
No way. No way is this gonna work. This can't possibly turn anyone on. Like, this is just weird. And I told you, I was, you know, like, no way, no way. And I was like, I was like, I know. I was like, is that for the real world or something?
It's a porno movie, that's all. Look at him, look at me. You think we're not in the
Hold on, let me see if you are.
I already told her, it's like that.
Directions for condom use. After sex. Pull out slowly right after you while penis is still Oh my God.
No petroleum jelly, no baby oil. Sucks for Tanya because she loves that baby oil.
Yeah.
I just farted on the toilet for 25 minutes and produced a turd that big.
Good look for me.
You a natural. You don't care. I know that's what This is Kyle's ass right here. Oh my God, that's awesome.
Oh, did you get it?
You just farted?
Probably squirted.
What was it?
Oh, please let me get the next one.
Let me see it.
Let me see
Wait,
it.
look at your back.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
you. Anyway, so they stuck his on there and he got a 9.9, so then I was like, I'll beat you. No, I'm sorry, I do look hot there. My arms are great.
Yeah, that is right.
I'm talking to him. I gotta get my mic on, but I want to finish this real quick. Put it in my ass.
Hey guys, do you think you could like get that out of my face?
That's how we were alive. Like, we were
The show is in St. Louis. I never saw that.
so funny.
That's not on the road.
There's so much
That's not
stuff.
on the
Carrie, you're saying that's the way it was the whole time.
Not the whole time,
Yes.
but we
But
were
most of the
funny.
time. Most of
We
the
had
time it was
fun.
funny.
We had a lot of fun.
Didn't you end the season going, where is the funny stuff?
Totally.
Like,
I
where
started
is
the
stuff we
season with
laughed
where is
until
the
our
funny
stomachs
stuff.
hurt?
I know all of us had a personality somewhere deep
Go
down
by the
inside.
real you never saw from MTV Home Video.
You're absolutely right. If you've been dying to see much, much more of Unseen Real World Chicago stuff, our friends at MTV Home Video have just answered your prayers. A Real World you never saw is out on video and DVD, but at least wait until the end of the show to run out and go to the store and purchase it.
Check the new release.
So what do you
section
guys
as
think? I mean, overall, your experience on the Real World Chicago, these are memories that you could tell your kids about.
Okay.
Or you couldn't.
This,
Ran naked. How'd you like that, son?
Was there anything on the package that you wished was in there?
package.
Whose package do you mean?
Okay, this is TV talk. The package means the crap that we just saw.
The hell it does.
It wasn't crap. It was
All the
wonderful.
times Theo and Anissa would rap and make up songs like that, like totally made our mornings. I wish that could have been part of it.
Anissa and Theo used to hit on the same women sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. It was kind of strange.
And you know, if I could get $1 for every guy that says, "Did you ever have sex with a gay girl?" I'd be paid right
We'd
now.
both be rich. We'd both be rich. I asked him if he fantasized
okay,
about
you right,
me,
I did.
and he goes, well, actually, I licked your back
Yeah,
last
actually, I
night.
was getting freaky as hell last night while you were asleep and just hoping
Almost
she would
flipped
wake
him
up.
next to me, and I just
Hoping
went
she
to
was wake up.
I
but
don't
she
wake
didn't.
up. I sleep like a rock. Like it's really hard for me to get up.
Did you do anything else?
Yeah, did you?
Because you didn't wake up. Did you resort to other
Kelly?
means?
Oh my God, Theo, no.
No, man, I'm not.
Theo,
gonna
if you
man.
touch
That's
my
a we got.
Listen, I did nothing to the such. Come on now.
What about things that you wish were left out, like the little turd thing?
That's
The funny thing is,
I think it's
you guys,
funny.
Wait,
'cause she
ready?
Never
Yeah.
Turd
farts.
is a
She
funny
never.
word.
I've never heard her fart in my life.
I am like I am such a
Or
girl when it
burn.
comes
Can't
to
even
bodily
handle the
function.
word.
I can't handle
She
them.
can't even handle it.
Panties.
So for me to
Wet,
say
moist,
that,
wet.
stop.
Horny.
I'd have to say,
It's so funny because like they all know I am such a girly girl when it comes to bodily functions. I can't deal with them. I get
pooping
sick.
thing, you're like,
except that's what I'm talking about. But
I missed being able to burp out loud living with Kara.
I
in
know.
that
I'm
room.
sorry, you guys. Thanks for holding it for
No,
4
but she
months.
really
I really
helped me.
appreciate it.
You guys have questions to ask these guys before we get out of here.
For the love of God.
Come on.
Again.
This one's for the group. I just want to know, who do you think was portrayed in the worst light? And if so, do you think it was on target?
I'll start. I think Tanya got the worst representation, and I think that I've told her this before. She was a difficult person to live with at the time because not only was she sick, she was away from the only person who loved her. She was not a happy person for most of the time, and because of that, she alienated us, and I think alienated the viewers of the show.
Anissa?
I'd like to say Kara's was just because I feel like there's so many other sides to her that people weren't blessed as it. Like, they didn't get the chance to see that, you know, and know and love her like I do. I don't see her as a trashy whore. I never have, and I never will.
Kara's not like that. You know what I'm saying? I got her back like that. I was there. You know what I'm saying?
Kara's
I know
not a slut.
Kara is not a slut.
Kara's not an
My name is Kara, and I am not a slut. Thank you.
I guess the person who was portrayed the worst was Tanya, in my opinion. But I think it was because of the circumstances that, you know, were occurring at the time.
Throughout the whole season, it's Tanya. Throughout the whole season, because you went through so much hell, and I think you had your part in that with the directors and the editors and yelling and screaming at them. You know.
But you weren't. I don't know if it's fair to say, and
Throughout
Tanya,
the
you know
whole
I really
season.
care about you. I don't know if you were misrepresented.
Oh,
I don't think that's fair to say.
Portrayed.
That's
We
who
can
you
say
were.
that about all of us. If you compare, like, good days to bad, you know there were more bad days than good.
I'm really so far past that
It doesn't seem like you're past it, though, because every time you speak, you want to cry. It seems like you're really hurt over everything.
like, my tears are not like, poor me, this sucks. Like, it's a really good place to be, to realize that you want to learn to adapt and get along with people. I wasn't very adaptable in Chicago.
There's only so much we can woe is me and the editing. It all happened. Of course it did. It's the way that it's put together, and sometimes if you look closely, you know, there's different shirts that are being worn in
it's been
different
sold.
scenes. And
It is what we signed up for, though.
Yeah, I mean, signed up
Absolutely.
for. Yep.
If there's one thing out there that you wish that was not on the show, what would it be?
Sex.
Me
Sex.
trashing on my roommates, all of them.
I have no regrets.
I did have one, but I think I changed it now.
What was it?
You're right.
Like, I
you're
couldn't debate whether it was like the whole how I handled the Veronica situation or with me being naked.
There's nothing wrong with a little nudity sometimes. You know what I mean?
You're nude all the time. But you know what? I went to Jewish overnight camp for 6 years. I was butt naked with all of my bunk mates, and that I was never comfortable with myself until I went to camp. And then after that, I thought everybody else was comfortable with it. But you know what?
I need to go
F
to
it. I'm
camp.
sorry. You know?
Yeah, right.
No,
Jewish
you know what?
camp
I
for
don't
me.
care. I lived there, and when someone was uncomfortable with it, I changed it. You know what? So I don't regret anything.
Next question. Go ahead, man.
Hey, my name is John, and my question is pretty much for everyone. We've seen how you guys all changed, but if you can do it over, who would you have a relationship with now more than you have with
Oh,
the
I'd
ones
sleep
you
with
have now?
Anissa, that's for sure.
Gross. I would have liked to get to know Theo a lot more than I did.
Oh, that's sweet of you. I think I probably would try to dig deeper into everybody. I wouldn't just single out one. It's still so much about these people I don't know.
And
So
no, like,
imagine how much
birthdays.
y'all don't know. So it'd have to be everybody.
You guys, thanks so much for hanging out here, watching.
You guys are troopers.
Best of luck to you guys in the real world.
Her ass hurts.